a story of last 20 years. But I'll try my level best to do a justice to, I think you did go through the short corporate movie which we just displayed. See, our journey on the airport business is almost 2 decades old, and we were one of those early entrants in the airport business when this whole thing was privatized. Our journey is in fact as old as the Indian aviation airport privatization of last 20 years, 2 decades. Just before that, not to talk about how do we work, and what I'll be kind of talking about as GMR and our own experience of having developed and having operated these airports in the last 2 decades. We as an organization, we have our defined values and beliefs, and what you see here is these are not only forming part in our vision statement, but this is what we actually adopt in our day-to-day work. What is GMR? So we are one of the infrastructure conglomerate. We are into airports, we are into energy, we are into highways, and we are into sports. I think many of you would know we own, as GMR, we own number of cricket teams, some of those local sports here. But what I'll be just talking about is more of our experience of airport business. And we are India's only listed airport entity with a market cap of close to about $10 billion. I'll talk more about our portfolio of assets. This journey of 20 years, we started with one airport, which was in around 2004, winning first airport concession at Hyderabad Airport. And the last 20 years is from one airport to the world's second largest private airport operator as we speak today. We handle close to about 120 odd million of passengers. 9 airport assets. I'll talk more about these assets in the subsequent slides. To talk a little more about our airports, 9 airports, as I said, and Delhi and Hyderabad being the 2 main airports, with 6 airports in India and 3 airports outside of India. We have created a significant headroom of capacity for us to, in the previous sessions, the Secretary talked about the Indian growth story, Indian aviation growth story, and to cater to that, we both at all our airports we have created sufficient headroom of capacity to take care of the growth what India is embarking on. In terms of the number of passengers, almost 1/3 of the passengers in India they travel through our own airports. Large land bank to kind of monetize, and significantly long concession periods which we have for the concession which we have kind of secured so far. Whilst I think our focus has been initially to start building the world-class infrastructure assets, the airport assets, and in fact we take pride in what we have done, what we have built. But we also are kind of cognizant of the fact that these are the assets which belong to the nation. We are just a custodian. So having those quality assets, infrastructure assets is one part, but the service quality is one which also defines us as GMR. As you will see here, when we took over Delhi Airport in 2006, in terms of the service quality ranking, it was 101. And as we speak today and for last number of years, our Delhi Airport has been #1 in its capacity, defined capacity range. Hyderabad Airport has been consistently #1, excepting like in between for one other year when there was a change of category. But this is what what defines us both the quality infrastructure on one side and what we call it as the soul of that as the service quality on the other side. So I think when you look at a typical airport operator, any global airport operator, they are generally would be focusing on airport operations, and you won't find many airport operators in the whole value chain of the aviation business. But this was a conscious call which we took when we made our entry into airport business, saying that we would want to be kind of be having our presence into, if not in all value chain, but in the significant part of the value chain. That's where you see we are into EPC, we are into project management, we are into maintenance, we are into cargo, we are into duty free, we are into car park, we are into and the list is endless. Real estate. So this is all. It's not just by accident. It was all by design. We said we want to be part of, and we should be known as an airport operator who has got the presence in the whole value chain. So again, I just talked about our presence in the value chain, but within that value chain, today, whilst most of people would know us as the infrastructure player, but our focus has also been to be in the commercial and the non-aero businesses. And again, this was a conscious call which we took about 10-15 years back when we started our journey, formed joint ventures with various people who were kind of experts for those businesses, and over a period of time having built the capabilities in those businesses. And hence, as we speak today, what we have done is we have the presence in these 5 main business platforms. Duty free is being one. Today we operate duty free business per se, in addition to being the airport operator at 5 of the airports, including one outside of GMR airports. Car park is another one as a separate business platform. Cargo, very important for the airport business, and hence it's a very important focus for us. F&B, we have a joint venture partner, but we being the lead there, and retail platform. So this is the size and scale today as we speak, and our focus going forward is going to be not only growing our airport business, but also to grow these business platforms. So in a nutshell, what does we do and how do we do? I talked about building the world-class airport assets, infrastructure. Digital, my colleague Mr. Kishore did talk about in one of the earlier sessions the kind of focus we have on digital. Because it's very easy to keep investing money in the infrastructure. But I think it's a digital which will help you in terms of sweating those assets, in terms of, because investment in the infrastructure is easy, but it's an expensive affair. So hence, the use and implementation of technology, and both our Delhi and Hyderabad airports have been on the forefront of being adoption of the technology at the early stage. And we, in fact, we have a separate dedicated innovation center which Mr. Kishore talked about as GMR Innovates. We do all our pilots here, implement those at our airport, and also are available for our commercial monetization. Partnership has been very, very important part of our journey. When we started in 2003, 2004, we knew nothing about the airport business, and many of our initial partners, both Malaysia as well as Fraport, Frankfurt Airport, they have been very esteemed partners who kind of helped us in the initial days and have remained, even as we speak, have remained with us for a long period of time. So this forms very important part of the way we do our business. So be it taking them as our partner for knowledge, or be it a relationship with the brands, or be it a relationship with our joint venture partners. Passenger experience, the most important thing, without giving a quality experience, I think today the way whole airport thing has changed. It used to be a place of transit, has become a place of experience. So unless you give the experience to the passenger, be it in terms of the infrastructure or be it in terms of the offerings what you have. So that's again important part of our way of doing. International expansion, I talked about 3 airports where we are. We were there in Istanbul and we were there in Maldives. So that's again, our focus is to keep growing and we look for quality assets. It's not that we just have, we have the hunger, as we keep saying, but not the greed to keep looking at anything and everything which is coming our way. So international expansion is going to be again our focus, very clearly our focus, and operational excellence I talked about where we are in terms of our service quality parameters. So these all we are one-stop solution provider. We are not only developer, we also look at airport operation, engineering maintenance, and our presence into the whole value chain with the specific focus on duty-free cargo, car park, retail, and when we go and look for opportunities, this one-stop shop solution is something which is as GMR we are there to kind of partner with people who are looking for partnering with us. Last, ESG. I think Mr. Kishore again in the conversation talked about our focus on ESG, on the environment, the things which we have done in terms of today both our Delhi and Hyderabad airports are on the clean energy. They are on 100% renewable power. The things which we have done in terms of bringing net zero carbon is what we are working on, and the social part, which is the corporate social responsibility arm. Whilst the CSR became mandatory only in the last 15 years or so, but we as an organization has kind of decided at that point in time that this is going to be an important part of our giving back to the society. Anytime, anywhere we go for a business, the first thing what we do is to start working with the local community, give them the employment, give them the education, and look for their needs. So this is very integral part of our way of doing business. So this is all about us. Thank you, gentlemen. Thank you, ladies. And thanks for your patience. And any questions if you have, I'll be love to answer that. Otherwise, from my side, I just wanted to kind of briefly touch based on our experience and what we are at GMR.
Thank you very much indeed, sir, for that compelling presentation. We truly appreciate the vision, leadership, and continued contribution of GMR Airports Limited in shaping the future of aviation in India. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, it's now time to break for lunch. Lunch will be served once again as well in the foyer and the exhibition area also. So while you are having your lunch, please do spare some time to visit the exhibitors also. And a gentle reminder, the afternoon session begins promptly at 2 o'clock. We request everyone to kindly be back in time for the next session. So ladies and gentlemen, have a great lunch, enjoy the conversations, and we see you again sharp at 2 o'clock. Good afternoon.